Well, this one comes from Men's Health. And I think you also added one to this too. So let's play a game of which one comes from Marcus. It is entitled 11 Women Reveal the Weirdest Things Guys Have Done During Sex.
Oh, this will be good.
Okay, so the first one, the milkman. My boyfriend stopped in the middle of sex once to try and milk my boobs. He used to work on a dairy farm. He started making a weird milking motion and weird sounds and started laughing. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm not a cow.
Have interesting ways they like to get off.
Yes. So I'm guessing that wasn't you.
No, that definitely wasn't me.
Okay, that was from Katie22. Okay, the next one is called The Caregiver. I had a guy accidentally elbow me in the face once and give me a bloody nose. He said, "You're fine," and kept going. From Emily24.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're too sensitive for that, so that's not you.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's me either, to be honest. So.
We have the medic. I once started hooking up with a guy and he reached into his nightstand. I assumed it was to get a condom, but he was pulling out a DIY catheter kit. Apparently that turned him on. Needless to say, I bounced ASAP. Leah27.
Yeah, I wouldn't want. No, I wouldn't shove a catheter up anything.
For the fun of it, I think you would.
No, I wouldn't. That is just, I'll pass on that one. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm okay.
You might want to do it on the golf course there while there's no one around.
No, I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm okay. I'm enjoying my social distancing here. It's quite good.
All right.
What's the next one?
The cartoon fanatic. One time a guy said, "Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?" Like the quote from SpongeBob. Read 22.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Are you feeling it?
Mr. Krabs. So I'm guessing that means that he was giving her crabs.
Yeah, I was going to say that's...
I actually think this woman's too dumb to realize that that was his way of saying, congrats, you now have crabs.
I'm giving you crabs.
Okay. The nipple guy.
That is pretty fucked.
The next one is the nipple guy. I was having uncomfortable bad sex with a dude when he literally shouted, "Touch my nipples." I don't think he intended to shout, but it was jarring, so I did. And then told me I needed to sort of flick them instead of doing what I was doing, which was confusedly rubbing them. Yep. I did some bizarre form of flicking, I think, and that seemed to be the only way to get him off. He got off in like 30 seconds flat once I got it right away. That's Lily 25.
Oh, that is fantastic.
The groomer. The groomer. One guy I was hooking up with regularly wanted to shower every time after we had sex, which isn't much of an issue, but there was no touching. He just wanted to wash me. I was like, truly bathe me. Very weird.
I don't think that's that bad. What's wrong with wanting to...
I think the weirdness is that he wanted to wash her every time.
Well, there's nothing wrong with wanting to have your hands on a woman. So,
speak for yourself.
Anyway.
No, but
I was about to hit a shot when you said the nipple one.
I hope it got you.
I actually had to back away. I actually had to back away from the shot.
You were going to hit your boner.
Yeah, pretty much, basically.
Now, there's a fun game, boner golf. You have to take Viagra before you play, and then you have to swing around the boner.
That'd be really fucking uncomfortable.
And you have to hire caddies who don't know what you're doing.
Oh, my God. Oh, that is out of control.
All right, the next one, basically. The Lost Boy. I'm not a G-spot person. It's just not going to work for me. I know exactly how I work and almost always orgasm at least twice every time I have sex. The weirdest thing a dude ever did wasn't what he did, it was what he said. He spent like 10 minutes going at my G-spot. And when I tried to kindly explain to him that it wasn't going to work and what to do, he refused. He removed his hand, flopped over and said, "But it's supposed to feel good." That sounds like you might have a dummy spit after having sex with someone.
Oh, I don't have dummy spits after having sex with someone. I'm usually half asleep because I'm completely empty. So.
Well, you're the one talking about how you like to shower people afterwards, so...
No, I didn't say I like that. I said I said what's wrong with people wanting to touch someone else? So
Every time.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I said
next one. The foodie. A boy got handy downstairs after he'd eaten the hot wings. Didn't wash well enough after, and my vag burned for an hour, and I had to shower.
Oh, that's so bad.
Were you going to say you know how that feels?
No, I said I thought I knew where that one was going, but turns out no, I didn't. I thought it was going to be the guy was going to be playing with himself after having some hot wings, but yeah, that's not good.
Sounds like fun, I guess. The sensitive type. The only really weird / awkward sex I've had was when it was my first time giving head, and I spit out when he came, and he immediately became all serious and shit and was like, "Don't do that again." That was from someone named Freedom22.
Okay.
What a weird name.
Yeah. I suppose everyone's got interesting names. Calling himself Freedom.
Not really.
Fair enough.
All right. The dirty dog. He modified a dog shock collar so it would rest on his taint and asked me to shock him during sex. I said no, and during sex, he starts going at it with more fury. Turns out he had put it on anyway and was shocking himself. Alicia, 28. I guess that could be you.
No, I'm not one for dogs or doggy toys or anything at all.
What doesn't make sense about that is that, to me, if you're having sex and he has a shock collar on his taint, then therefore wouldn't you feel the shock?
Yeah, you'd think so.
All right. This one comes from this one is called The Motivator. I had a guy who was so insecure about his micro penis, I had to rip his clothes off. I wanted to get the hour he paid for over with, so I had literally ripped his pants off. And when I did, I understood why. My first and only refund, and the only time I've not known how to get a guy off because he was so small. 10 full millimeters. That one's from Georgia, 79. I mean, I guess
that one was. No, that wasn't me. But anyway,
I'm pretty sure it was.
I just had my golf shot that I hit rebound off a tree straight back into the middle of the fairway, which is not bad. That's quite lucky.
You'd be used to bouncing off the wood by now.
I have bounced. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, this is the last one. The eagle eye.
Yeah.
So you're saying that none of them so far have been you, so therefore this one has to be you. Okay, I had a guy who would roll his eyes in the back of his head. Think Bone Thugs and Harmony Crossroads video. Weirdest shit to ever look up to. So I kept my eyes closed because the sex itself was good. Caroline, 29.
So he kept rolling the eyes into the back of his head.
Yep.
It's interesting.
So again, that must be you, since none of the others be you, according to you.
Yes. Well, that probably kind of. I reckon I might have done that once or twice. So.
Okay.